Tigercast fans, welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about opportunity, and the player that needs to seize this opportunity and grab it with both hands is Jacob Blight. Obviously, Noah Balta is going to miss the first 4 games of the year with the club suspension that was handed down the other day, which is obviously still very, very disappointing given the contract extension and things like that. But when things like that happen, it presents an opportunity for someone else to step up and hopefully grab the opportunity with both hands. Now, Jacob Blight, we recruited with our number 2 pick in the mid-season draft in 2024, 196 centimetres, key defender from WA, recruited specifically because of his intercept marking ability, and he put together a really great run of senior football over in Perth. He played 3 games for us last year. He averaged 12 disposals, 7.7 kicks, 4.3 handballs, 2 tackles, 7 spoils, and 1.7 intercept marks. The 7 spoils actually ranks in the elite category, as does the tackles, but I was actually a little bit surprised we only gave him the 3 games last year. I think there was maybe 1 game where he got beaten a little bit by his direct opponent, but other than that, I mean, it's his, he hadn't even had a full year in the AFL system, and I definitely thought he was showing some really promising signs. So I was a little bit bummed when he didn't get the game time last year. But fast forward to here we are today in 2025, and with the suspension of Noah Balta, it definitely gives Jacob Blight a real opportunity to step up and play that centre-half back, full-back role pretty much on his own, uninterrupted for 4 weeks straight. So he can do that with confidence, knowing that his spot's not in jeopardy, barring injury or suspension or anything like that. He's obviously come back to the club in pretty good nick at the start of pre-season before Christmas. We all saw that he won the 2K time trial, which really blew me away, to be honest. And I was even more shocked when the club was showing some interviews with other players, and some actually tipped him to win it. And I just didn't quite make much sense of it, to be honest. But he has come back in ripping nick. And from all the things you read and hear about him, is that now with a full AFL pre-season under his belt for the very first time, he knows that there's hot competition for spots in our backline, because as bad as we were in 2024, our backline was probably one of the more stable parts of the ground that showed the most strength, and that they just suffered through weight of numbers of inside 50 against him. So he knows competition for spots is hot, and he just seems like a really determined and dedicated person who wants to give himself the absolute best chance possible to make an AFL career out of himself. And in some ways repaying Richmond for taking the punt on him with the number 2 pick of the mid-season draft. But Jacob Blight, young man, you have a massive opportunity here in front of you. And look, I think he should get first crack at it. I know Ben Miller's probably another option, but he could probably still play in the same side, because we do need a backup ruckman, right? We can't have Nank rucking one out. I don't think Blight would do the ruck work. Obviously, we don't want Tom Lynch doing the ruck work. Gibcus isn't going to be playing straight away. He's going to be out. Tyler Young's not back until midway through the season. So it kind of does leave Jacob Blight in the pole position to take this position left by Noah Balta's suspension. What's interesting, though, is if Jacob Blight plays these first 4 games and does really, really well, what happens then when Noah Balta comes back? Now, there's obviously been the argument for days about Noah Balta playing forward. We can all argue that till the cows come home, but if someone steps into a role and does it really well, I just wouldn't like to see him dropped. And I know that's a discussion we can have a bit further down the track, but it's just something to think about, because I just can't help but feel that this guy's going to really rise up to the occasion and take the bull by the horns and actually make a real good fist of it. So look, in terms of what a pass mark would be, I think we have to accept that as a team we're probably going to concede some goals this year, just given the age profile of our list. But if he can do just a reasonably good job in his direct opponent, because he's going to be on some of the bigger forwards because of his size, so he might be on like your Kernos or a Mackay, someone like that in the early games against Carlton in particular. So you just be looking for him to win his fair share of one-on-one battles, and just to make life difficult for the other key forward and make sound decisions with ball in hand. So he does prefer to kick than handball, which isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you hit your targets. So just as long as he knows what his role is within the team and feels comfortable enough to play it, then I think he's going to excel. So I'm pretty excited for Jacob Blight's opportunity. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Jacob Blight the man to take on the Noah Balta position while Balta's out? And what are your expectations of Jacob Blight if you were to take on that role? Keen to hear what you all think in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you for the next one.